Getting things started here for the Jags. We've got Landon, Dean, and Brecken out here, and on the back end we've got Tommy and Tack. Puck pushed back to the defense. Brecken in hard, forces them to push the puck wide. They come up. They come through around the D. They get a shot off. Jack covers that up for the save. Puck dropped, going to be dropped here to the right of Jack, deep in the Jag zone. Beckett pushed it over the boards. It comes up. Grayson battling there. It's now picked up by Beckett. He skates all the way into Boulder's zone, throws it in deep behind the net. James coming over to the near side, pressures them. They cough up the puck. He pushes it in the middle. Ooh, Grayson could not get a shot off. Puck comes to the line, pops past Tech's stick. Boulder's coming in with a 2-on-1. They come in. Tommy disrupts the shot. Jack makes the save. Puck comes up, picked up there by James. James trying to advance it up the boards, but he can't. Boulder comes in, turns it around into the corner. They chip it up and into the middle. Grayson picks it up there. He skates it out of the zone. He's coming up. He gains the red line, dumps it in deep, going for a line change. Puck in behind the net. Picked up there. Boulder skating up. They're taken off of the puck. Picked up there by Caden as he dislodged it. He throws it into the middle. Hardy in here battling. He's pushed off of the puck. Puck comes up to the line. Silas holds it at the line. It deflects and comes out. Boulder comes into the zone, and they pass it across. Good defense by Abby Joe on the back end to tie up the stick so there's no shot. Puck comes back to the near boards. Caden's battling for it here. He gets it, tries to advance it up, can't. Boulder walks into the middle, and puck stopped by Jack. It's bounced around, pushed up to the line. Boulder's moving the puck around. They get a shot off. Jack makes that save, pushes it into the corner. Abby Joe's over there, chips that puck up to Hardy. Hardy gets it up to the line and out. Boulder regrouping now. They come over to the near boards. They pass back. A lot of east to west passes here from Boulder. Puck comes into the zone. Silas dislodges it there. He is hooked down. No call. He throws the puck up. Landon pressuring. He loses an edge. Boulder's able to push it up to the near boards. They're coming into the zone. Abby Joe pushes them wide. Now they cut into the middle. Miko picks that puck up, gets it over to Landon. Landon looks up, passes it up into the middle. Boulder grabs it, turns it around, and we get a whistle now for the net being off. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone to the right of Jack after that little ice reef fix here down by the net. Puck pushed over to the boards. There's a battle ensued. Boulder comes back up to their D. They get a shot off. Jack grabs that with his glove for the whistle. Puck dropped here. It is tied up. Boulder comes away with it. They get a shot. Jack sticks that aside into the corner. Boulder comes around behind the net. They're looking for a pass. They come up to the D. They get a shot off. That is grabbed by Tommy and thrown down. Boulder comes into the middle. Grayson picks that off. He comes up through the middle, dances around one, gets the red line, throws it in deep. Now we got a forecheck going here. Grayson's forechecking on his own. Boulder's able to get around. They come through the neutral zone. They're coming in. They're pushed wide. They get a shot. Jack blockers that up over the net. It's pushed around. Boulder picks it up. They fire it and are able to get that just past his glove. Eminem here to take this face-off drop with Caden and Hardy. Puck pushed back. Tack gets that up to Hardy. Hardy tried regrouping, but he loses the puck. Boulder now pushes it forward. They get a pass across, but Jack's able to grab that with his glove. Puck drop deep in the zone to the right of Jack. Boulder gets it up to their D. They pass it across D. Did he get a shot? It's blocked. Hardy's now able to get it out of the zone. Boulder grabs in the neutral zone. They regroup. They re-enter. They're coming in. They pass it through the middle. Can't get on it there. Caden got a stick on it to disrupt that. Puck comes into the middle. Silas gets it. He chips it up to Hardy. Hardy can't clear the zone. Comes back up. Boulder gets it. Silas takes him off the puck. He looks up. He's got Hardy streaking, but couldn't get it through the two defensemen. Boulder pushes it up. It comes all the way in. There's a race for it. Tack's able to chip it into the corner. He pushes it up to Hardy. Hardy to the line. Boulder gets it, throws it back in. Puck goes low. Silas battling in this near corner. Boulder passing around. They come in. Oh, they get it right up front. Jack gets it for the whistle. We got some extracurriculars happening in front here. Puck's going to be dropped to the right of Jack again. Boulder pushes it into the middle. Abby Joe's able to pick it up, chip it up the boards to Brecken. Brecken up to Dean, but can't clear the zone. Boulder coming back in, and they work around and pick the corner. Beckett in here to take this face-off drop with James and Grayson. Puck pushed back. The defense passes D to D, but they miss on that connection. Ben pushes it over to the corner. They come up to the middle, picked off there by Beckett. Boulder chips it out of the zone. Now they pick the pocket of the D. Puck comes across. Abby Joe's able to kick that to the sidewall. She comes back to Miko. Miko chips it up, but can't get it all the way up. It's pulled down. Puck into the middle. Now it comes up. Grayson battling there. He loses the puck, though. Boulder looking around. They come back into the middle. Miko chips that up again. Pulled down again, but this time Grayson's able to chip it out of the zone. Boulder's D's regrouping there, and they chip it into the zone. Picked up by Miko. He throws it up to the line, but not out. Boulder comes in, and they pick the far corner under the blocker this time. Emmett in here to take this face-off with Hardy and Caden. We've got Tommy and Silas on the back end. Puck picked off there. And Emmett gets a shot on net, grabbed by the glove for the whistle. Puck pushed over to the wall. Hardy has it, loses it. Boulder coming up. They skate into the zone. They come around. Silas pushes them. They're shot wide. They regroup behind the net, push it up. They're going to try a wraparound. Jack's there to cover that up with the leg pad. They're working the puck in the corner. Silas battling over here. He loses his glove and his stick. Good stick by Hardy, sagging down to disrupt that scoring opportunity. Tommy battling behind the net. Puck comes up. Hardy grabs it there. He comes up. He skates around, pushed wide. And, he tried to chip it up to Caden but couldn't get it up there. Boulder picks the puck up there. They throw it across. Silas gets it in the neutral zone, pushes it back in. Hardy's pressuring them there, but they're able to clear the zone. They slide through the neutral zone. They come in, push it into the middle. Silas tips that wide. They come around. Brecken tried to get it up and out. Dean gets it, can't get it past the Boulder player. Boulder comes back in. Now they regroup. They're looking for some room. They come up to the D. There's no connection there, so it goes all the way down. We got Brecken going in on the forecheck. They come up. Landon's able to pick it off. Oh! He has his pocket picked from behind. Puck comes back to Abby Jo. She comes across to attack. Skips over his stick. Boulder comes in. They get around. They get a shot off. Good glove there by Jack. Puck comes over to Brecken. Brecken shoots that up to Landon in the neutral zone, but he's immediately pushed off the puck. We got a line change going at a tough time here. Puck comes in on Jack. He covers that up, and he gets run for his effort. Now we get a cross check to Jack. After all the pleasantries being exchanged in the crease there, we're going to have 5-on-5 hockey with one from each team going into the box. Puck pushed over to the boards. Hardy jumps all over it there. It comes up to Grayson. Comes down around Boulder, gets it there. Abby Jo's able to disrupt that play. Boulder comes in. Good job by James to get involved and stop a pass from coming across. Boulder pushes it out front, and they pick the corner. Emmett out here with Caden and Hardy to take this face-off. They win it over to Tack, but he loses it. Boulder comes in. They pass across. Abby Jo lifted his stick there, so they couldn't get a scoring opportunity. And then Caden's able to clear it out. Well, Boulder made a goaltender change here at some point. So Trey came out to play at this time. Caden in here pressuring in the corner with Hardy. Boulder's able to come away with it. They chip it up and out of the zone. Their winger gets it there. Abby Jo pushes them wide, takes the body, no scoring opportunity. Puck comes down. Emmett's battling. He's able to chip it to these near boards corner. He throws it up. Caden battling on the wall here. Puck comes back down. Boulder skates into the middle, but they are pushed off of it. And there's a pile up, and the net comes off the crease. So there's a penalty to Boulder, so we're going to have some 5-on-4 hockey here. Not sure what the call is yet. I didn't see anything signaled here, but the puck's going to go deep into the Boulder zone for this drop. Puck pushed over to Boulder's D. They come around behind the net. Dean comes in here. He's able to pick that puck up. He throws it into the corner. It comes around. Brecken's battling behind the net. It is chipped to the far wall. Boulder pushes it across. Landon gets a stick on it but couldn't control it. Boulder comes in shorthanded. They do a little toe drag shot. Blocker saved there by Jack. Puck comes up. And they are pushed off the puck. Dean gets that up to Brecken. Brecken comes up. He skates through, gets it into Landon in the middle. He gets a shot off. Trey blockers that into the corner. Puck pushed, carried out of the zone here by Boulder. Now they come up the near boards as the Jags are changing. They come into the middle. They're pushed wide. Leg pad save there from a tough angle shot. They fire it from the line, but it is into the corner. James comes back to try and battle. Now Miko pushes them. They get the puck across. Picked up there. They throw it in behind the net. Miko pushes it to the other side, but Boulder's there to pick it up. And they come up. Grayson tried to disrupt them, but they come into the middle. They fire it wide of the net. Puck pushed into the corner again. Miko pressuring them there. Can't get the puck, though. Boulder pushes it up. Hardy gets a stick on it. It comes to the line, but not out. Puck pushed back into the corner here. Boulder picks it up there. The penalty is over now. So it's 5-on-4 hockey. They try a wraparound. No goal, but the net is off again. This net is jumping off of its moorings here. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone to the left of Jax. Puck's over to Silas. He's battling to try and get it up. Boulder comes in. They push it into the middle. They're right there. And Silas is able to push that puck into the corner as it was laying in the crease behind Jack. Boulder comes up to their D. They're moving the puck. They get a shot. Lots of traffic in front, but they miss wide. Silas pushes that up. Comes out of the zone now off Beckett's stick. Oh, they mishandle it. It comes over, and Emmett's able to get a shot off on net, blockered into the corner. Puck in behind the net here. They come up the near boards. They come into the zone. They push it across. Tack gets a good stick on that to disrupt it. And Boulder, they come up into the middle. Good stick there by Emmett, and he's able to chip it up and out of the zone. Goaltender Trey there plays it up. The defense is streaking up the near boards. Dean pressures them wide there. They come across. They push it up into the middle. Brecken gets a stick on it. The Boulder turns it around immediately. Now Dean's able to get it. We got a 3-on-2 developing. He comes across, but it's just out in front of Landon. He's trying to battle now. Dean gets involved. Boulder chips it up. Comes back to Abby Joe. Abby Joe comes across to Tommy. Tommy sees a little lane. He chips it up to Brecken. Brecken throws it in deep. And Jags are starting a line change, so there's not a lot of pressure here. Puck comes out. Picked up there by James. He chips it in deep, and he's first on scene. He comes over. It comes to the line. Grayson picks that off, and now the Jags have completed their line change, so we're getting a little forecheck going here. Boulder chips it up. Oh, they get it out of the zone, and we chip it back in, and that is offsides. James does a nice job pushing that puck deep into the zone off the face-off there. Boulder regroups behind their net. They're looking for a pass up to the wing. They get it up there. There's a little one-on-one here with Abby Jo. She pushes them wide. They turn around, throw it into the middle. Tommy's there for that puck. He picks that up, skates to the near boards, loses it on those boards. Boulder comes in. Beckett's pressuring him behind the net. They flip it around. Their D sags in. They get a shot off and bounces around a couple of times off that rebound, and they're able to bury it in the top corner again. Beckett in here to take this face off. Boulders ties him up, and they're able to come up and throw it in deep. Puck around the back of the net. Abby Jo working in this near corner. She pushes it up. Boulder grabs it there. Beckett comes in to disrupt it. And that's the end of the first. Puck dropped here at center ice. Emmett ties him up, but Boulder's able to come in and get it. Hardy disrupts it. Silas gets it, chips it up, comes into the zone. Ben plays it up. Emmett gets it, pushes it into the middle. Oh, Silas shoots, but it's just misses that. Into the corner. Hardy battles there, but Boulder comes up. They throw it across the ice. They come up. They come deep into the zone. They push it to the trailer. They get a shot off there. Another shot. Now puck pushed up. Caden's able to get it out of the zone. Hardy's battling in the neutral zone, but Boulder evades the pressure. They push it up to the near boards here. We got a tie up at the line here. Now Boulder's able to gain the zone. They come in, pushed wide by Silas. They try a wraparound again, and Jack covers that up for the whistle. Got a penalty coming up here to the Jags. I didn't see what the call was. Puck push back to the D here. Pressure. They go D to D. Landon came up. They shoot it. Jack grabs that with his glove. Puck drop pushed into the corner. Tommy gets it there. He pushes it up, but it comes to their D. They tried coming into the middle. Silas gets it. He comes up to the line. They shoot. It's down in front. They fire it. Loose puck. It comes back up to the D. Landon comes up, pressures them. Tommy gets a stick on it. Can't get it out. Dean pressuring him on the near boards now. They fire another shot. It comes up. Landon's over there. It comes out of the zone into the neutral zone. Dean picks that off. He comes in, shoots it up over into the corner. Now Boulder's coming up, and they skate through the neutral zone. They come in. They get Silas picks that off. He gets it up to the line, but can't get it out. They pass D to D a little bit. Now they come over to the far winger. They get a shot. It's blocked. They come back to the D. Grayson gets a stick on it, but loses his stick in the process. They come over to the near side. They fire it, but it's wide of the net. Goes all the way around there. D has it. Oh, they came out of the zone. Puck's going to be dropped just outside of the Jag zone. Beckett's in here to take this face off. It gets pushed all the way over to the near boards here. Boulder picks it up there. They pass D to D. Grayson's up here pressuring them. They pass around. They get it up. Silas picks that off. He chips it up. Can't get it to the line. Boulder throws it in deep. Penalty is over. Tommy picks it up in the near corner. He is taken off the puck by the second forward. Puck comes into the middle. Beckett's able to chip it up. Silas comes off the high glass, but it is held in there by the D. They come in. They fire it over the net. And this net's off now. Puck one here, but it's pushed back to the Boulders D. They come up. They're looking around. Pressured there. They skate in. They shoot it. Blocker saved by Jack. And we've got a player down. So we whistled it here. Puck dropped here, one back to Boulders D. They skate in, they shoot it. Jack covers that up for the save. Puck's going to be dropped to the right of Jack this time. It is tied up in the ref's skates. Boulder comes away with it. They pass it up. They pass it into the middle. Silas is able to chip that up to Caden. Caden gets it up. Emmett has it. He goes up to Hardy. Hardy's in past the D. He skates in. Puck's up. Oh, Emmett could not knock that down in out of the air there. Boulder comes up. Hardy grabs it at the line. Then he loses it. Now Boulder comes in, and they are offsides. Puck one back to Boulder's D. They throw it in deep now. Puck comes around. Tommy pushes that back to Miko. Miko comes up to Landon, but he can't hold the puck there. Puck comes back in, and they are able to score. Puck dropped here. Dean wins that back to Tommy. Tommy chips it up, but Boulder picks it off. They skate through the middle around several Jags right into the middle, and they backhand it past Jack. Puck pushed directly forward. Boulder comes in. They drop it for the next player. They shoot it, and Jack covers that up for the save. We got a goaltender change for the Jags, but this was not an indication of play. This was been planned so that they could split this game and split tomorrow's game against NoCo. Puck's going to be dropped deep to the Jag zone to the left of Jackson. Puck comes over. It is chipped up, but not out. Now Boulder comes in, and they fire that in for another goal. Beckett battling here. Grayson comes in, picks it up, but Boulder grabs it there. They go ahead and feed it up the near boards. They come in. They lose an edge and the puck. Tack pushes that around behind. Comes over to Silas. Silas comes up and out. And they push the puck across the other side. They come in. They work around the D. They pass it into the middle. It comes all the way out. Grayson working hard on the forecheck. He picks that puck off, and he throws it up into the corner. And Caden's in there working that. It comes over to Emmett. Emmett fires it off of a couple of skates, and Boulder picks it up there. They come around. They skate past one Jag into the neutral zone. Now they're into the Jag zone. They skate around another couple. They shoot it. It's off the side of the net now. It's stuck on the back of the net, and we'll get a whistle. Puck dropped one back up to Boulder's D. They skate in. Abby Joe deflects that pass up over. Puck comes up to Landon. He's able to chip it out. It comes all the way up. Hardy's able to pick that up. He chips it around behind the net. Picked up there. Dean gets it. He comes up. Puck loose in the front, but they can't get a shot off. Puck comes over. Emmett gets it. He throws it in on net. Landon's there, so they cover it up for a whistle. Puck's going to be dropped deep in Boulder's zone to the left of Ben here. Emmett in here. He pushes the puck back to Abby Joe. Abby Joe gets a shot. It is deflected a couple times. Now it comes around. Boulder pushes it up the near side here. Now they go east-west to the far side. They are able to skate up and out. They come in. They get a shot. It is high over the net. Puck comes up to the near boards. Abby Joe's battling in the corner here. Second Boulder player comes in. Now Emmett comes in to try and help out. He gets it up to Hardy. It comes into the middle. Now Boulder has it, and they skate around and get a backhander in past checks. Puck dropped here. Boulder carries that in. They drop it to the next winger. They shoot it. Puck comes over. Jackson has that covered up. They whack at him a few times, and now there's a whistle. Dean in here to take this face off, but Boulder wins it back to the line. They pass it up into the middle to the wing. They dance around. They pass it back into the middle. Dean's able to pick that off. He chips that over to James. James gets it out of the zone but loses it. Boulder re-enters. They get a 3-on-2 developing. They come around the net now, so we're back in. They come up to their D. James pressures them. They come down. They fire a shot. Jackson had it covered up. We got some more extracurriculars. Puck dropped here after a little break there. Jags are going to have a power play out of this. They called a 5-minute fighting penalty, which translates to 4 minutes in youth hockey here. Boulder gets it. They come up the near boards. They come into the zone. They're pushed wide. They shoot it. It's picked up there by Beckett. He's trying to skate it out, but he's picked off there. Boulder pushes it around. Silas picks it up there. He comes up, picked off. Boulder turns. They fire a shot. Blocker to side by Jackson. Puck into the near corner now. Boulder picks it up there. They turn into the middle. They chip that up. Grayson's able to get it. He is stood up there. Puck comes out and goes back in for an offsides. Puck's going to be dropped just outside of the Jag zone. It is pushed to the near boards. Hardy pressuring there. Emmett's able to pick it up. He gets it back to Hardy. Hardy's pressured off of the puck. Puck comes around behind the net. And Boulder goes up the far side now. They throw it in deep. Abby Joe comes in, picks it up behind the net, pushes it up, but it's just past Caden's stick. Now he's able to get it up. We got a 3-on-1 developing. Hardy comes in. He shoots it, and Trey gets just enough of it to push it wide. Puck comes up to the line. Silas gets it there. He comes back down to Hardy, chips off of his stick. Now Boulder gets it. They chip it up the near boards. And Abby Joe picks it up there. She looks up, tried to go east-west to Caden. Now Caden's battling, and the puck comes up. Now Boulder throws it in, and they're saying that's tipped, so no icing. Silas picks it up in the corner, does a board turn to avoid some pressure, comes up to Caden. Caden tried pushing it up to Hardy, but he gets it out of the zone, but not to Hardy. Now Boulder throws it back in. Puck comes all the way around. Abby Joe pushes that up. Emmett gets it. He throws it the length of the ice for an icing. Puck dropped here. Boulder pushes it back to their D. Oh, they get a shot, but they misfire. Now their O picks it up. They chip it over the net. Picked up there by Brecken. Brecken comes all the way across. Landon can't get to it. Boulder does. He's pressuring them back into the zone. They throw it up the boards. They pick it up in the neutral zone. Now Brecken has it for a minute, loses it. Boulder coming up. They come into the zone, but they are offsides. Puck pushed back to the D here. Dean pressures them up. They come back up. They come into the zone. They puck protect. The D steps in. Backhanded behind the net now. Puck comes out front, and Jackson covers that up. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone to the left of Jackson. They win the puck into the middle, but they are pushed back to the D. It comes up to the line and out. They skate it up. They go D to D here, pressured by Jack or by Grayson. They pass D to D, get around that. Then they pass it back into the zone. Puck comes in deep. Silas on it here. He grabs it. He pushes it up to James. James chips it up and out of the zone. Boulder picks it up here, but they got Beckett pressuring them hard behind the net. Puck comes around. They go east-west, connect in the middle. Now they come back. They get a one-on-one developing here. They drop it. Good job by Tommy to disrupt that pass. He pushes it up. Grayson can't get to it. Now Tommy gets it. He sees a lane, passes over to Grayson. Grayson gets it, throws it the length of the ice for an icing. Puck pushed back to the D here by Boulder. Comes to the line, but they hold it there. They come across to the other side. That officially ends the fighting major, and Boulder throws that in past the goalie. Emmett in here to take this face off. He wins it back to Tech. Tech chips it up. Boulder's D gets it there. They come around. They chip it past and out of the zone. Now it comes back in. Hardy picks it up there. He fires a shot in. Trey grabs that with his glove. It's dropped deep in the Boulder zone to the right of Trey. Puck to the line. Silas gets a shot. It goes wide of the net. Boulder picks it up there. They tip it up and out. They've got a head man up here, so they're in alone. Silas fighting to get back. He gets back just in time. Puck comes around behind the net, picked up there by Tack. Tack skating up. He chips that over to Caden. Caden comes in, but we are offsides. Puck dropped here. Boulder wins that. They go D to D. They push it up the near side. Silas jumps that pass, but they are able to push it back out of the zone. They come back in. They skate around a couple. They get in. Silas picks that up, regroups around, gets it up to Landon. Landon chips it past the D. Dean's racing after it, but can't get to it before Boulder does. Boulder does a board turn here. Landon gets him to change direction, but they come in. They skate around the net. Puck passed up to Brecken. Brecken gets it here. He pushes it up, but it goes to their D. Landon pressures him into a pass to the far boards. Off the boards to one of the Boulder players. They come in, they drop it off. They get a shot. It's deflected into the glass. Boulder gets it there, picked off by Brecken. Brecken comes up, couldn't get a pass off. Boulder picks it off, and Jackson grabs that with his glove for the whistle. Puck's dropped deep in the Jag zone to the right of Jackson. Boulder wins it up to their D. They fire a shot. It's deflected down. Grayson has it, pushes it out of the zone. James advances it into the neutral zone, but Boulder picks it up and regroups there. They come up. They come into the middle, lose an edge. Puck comes around. Boulder gets it, and Jackson's able to grab that with his glove. Puck dropped here into the corner. And a battle there. Beckett battling, but Boulder's able to get it. They come around. They push it up to their D. They're cycling around now. James is able to get his stick on it. He's battling there. Second Boulder player comes in to get it. And now Boulder pushes it in deep, and that's the end of the second. Puck dropped here, and one back to Boulder's D. They come up to the wing. They try chipping it in to the middle, but it goes off of Emmett's skate. Now they're regrouping here. Hardy pressures them, gets that puck to Caden. Caden comes into the zone. He is pressured off of it. Now Emmett gets it, pushes it up and in. Caden gets it there. He gets a shot on net, and Boulder covers that up for a whistle. Puck dropped here. It is pushed back behind the net. Boulder pushes it up. They come east-west to the near boards now. Pushed over. Landon gets it to Dean. Dean chips it up. Comes into the zone. Now Boulder comes back to the near side here. They tip that, so it should not be icing, but it is icing. And stop clock still. Puck pushed back. Boulder chips that up. They're racing after it. Abby Joe's going to almost get there. She gets there enough to disrupt the play. Now the puck comes up and out of the zone. Boulder's goalie comes over, plays it. They go D to D. They pass around the forecheck. They're coming up the near boards again here. They push it back to the D. The D pushes it up into the middle. They come across now. They come in. They fire a shot. It's tipped, and Jackson grabs that, covers it up for the whistle. Puck drop deep in the Jag zone to the right of Jackson. It's one back to the D. Hardy pressures them, but they come up in. They lose an edge. Nico pushes that over to Tack. Tack tries coming up. Boulder throws it up to their D. Their D fires it, but it is into the corner. Now it comes up. Their D holds it at the line. Still holding. Caden battling. He gets it out of the zone. Hardy gets it up, but now Boulder regroups in. They push it across the ice into the corner. Tack in here. They come across. It's deflected into the corner. Nico battling back here. They come across and push it in on the back door. Puck dropped here, comes over. Now Boulder comes back to their D. Dean lifts a stick. It jumps over Landon's stick now. They come into the middle. Dean gets it. Now Boulder grabs it. They're looking around. They stick handle around a couple. They're looking for the pass. It's chipped up. And they throw it back into the corner. Comes around. And they get a shot that goes wide of the net here. And it is pushed around. Now it's up to Brecken. Brecken battling. Dean's able to get it out of the zone now. Puck comes back. Tommy's able to get it up and out. Now he advances the puck forward. Battle on these near boards ensues. Landon's able to chip the puck forward, but now Boulder regroups. And they come across the ice. They come in a 1-on-3. They fire it, and Jackson's able to grab that with his glove. Puck dropped here. Boulder wins it in. They come around. They wrap around and get that goal in. Puck one here forward. Boulder gets it into the zone. They push it back. They get a shot. It goes over the net. It comes up to their D. They have it up at the top. They come across east-west. They come back up to the D. They've got it here. They shoot it in. Loose puck, backhanded, out of the zone by Beckett. And Boulder regroups. They come D to D. Grayson pressures them. They skate around. They skate up the neutral zone, get it into the zone. They come into the middle. They're skating around, possessing the puck, and push it up. Now Silas is able to get it up. He gets it to the line but can't get it out. They skate back around. Boulder's just cycling now in the offensive zone. They push it across and miss a one-time around the back door. Puck into the far corner now. They recycle it over here to the near side. Beckett battling with him, gets some help from James to the line but not out. Their D steps in. Now they turn around. They pass D to D to move it around. James pressuring him here. They push it up. Grayson lays out but can't get the puck out of the zone. Puck comes back in. Boulder gets it crossbar and up into the netting for a whistle. Puck pushed back to the D. Caden pressures them there, but they move it forward. Comes into the corner here. They pass around a little bit. Now Caden gets it, loses it. Tommy has it. He's battling up, and puck comes into the middle. Tack's able to skate it out of the zone. He comes up, passes the red line, pushes that up to Hardy, but it skips over his stick. Emmett goes into the corner, passes it up front. Boulder's able to clear it out of the zone. Boulder's coming in on a 2-on-1, but they are offside. Puck pushed over to the boards here. Boulder pushes that back to their D. They come back up to this near side. Landon disrupts them momentarily, but they eventually able to get it in. Now they pass it around. Puck into the middle. Tag gets a stick on it. Boulder cycling down low. And they're able to get a deflected shot in. Puck pushed back to Miko. Miko jumps in. He comes in, gets a shot in on net, sticked into the corner there. And now it comes up to the middle. Beckett gets a shot off, loose puck in front, and now we get a whistle. Puck pushed over here, comes up to the line, but not out. Now Boulder's able to get it out. They're coming in on a one-on-one. They come around, and they fire it in for goal number 14. Emmett in here to take this face off after the 14th goal. Boulder wins it back to their D. They push it up. Silas jumped that pass. He's able to get on it for a second. Now Emmett's battling to get it in. He pushes it across the zone. Boulder picks it up there, though. They chip it up the wall. Hardy comes in to pick it up for a minute, and then Boulder comes in. Now they come up. They push it up into the Highland zone, and they hold it at the line. Picked up there by Miko into his skates. Now he pushes it up, but Boulder picks that off. They fire it. Jackson gets there for the save. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone to the left of Jackson. Boulder pushes it in. It's loose in front. Now they come across. They push back behind the net. They come over. They tried the back door, but Dean got a stick on the player, so they couldn't get it up. Landon's able to chip that out. Boulder comes back in offsides. Puck's going to be dropped just outside of the zone. It's pushed in, but Dean's able to drag it back out. Comes back to Boulder's D. Good pressure there by Brecken. Now they come D to D. Landon comes over there, but they are able to get it into the zone. They throw it toward the net. It goes behind the net now. They pick it up. They're looking for a pass. They push it into the middle. It comes up to the D. Landon tried to disrupt it. Jackson makes the save. We get a whistle. Puck pushed all the way back after that face-off. Their D picks it up there. They skate it up out of the zone. They come through the neutral zone. The D comes all the way in, comes into the middle, gets a backhander that goes just wide. Puck comes up. A couple of Boulder players collide there. Puck battles here. They push it into the middle. They pick it off. They come back. They push it to the D. D is able to come up. Now they come back to the other D. They push it across the ice. They fire it into the middle, but they can't connect on the one-timer. Boulder battling there. They push it up to the near boards now, push it around in behind the net. Tommy comes up, picks that up. It gets pushed to the near boards. James has it. He pushes it into the middle. We're able to clear the zone. Boulder turns around. We got a 1-on-3 developing. Boulder comes in. Oh, they are not able to get a shot off there. Puck comes up, and Boulder comes back, regroups in their zone, skates behind the net. Hardy hard on the forecheck here. Puck comes over to Emmett. Emmett fires it. It's wide of the net, though. Puck comes to the far boards now. Miko's able to hold it in, pushes it up towards Hardy, but Boulder gets it there. They come east-west. They kick it into the zone. Silas picks it up there. He picks it up, throws it up the near boards. Boulder comes around. They pass it up front. Oh, they misfire on that shot. Boulder's still cycling the puck around behind the net. Come over to the near boards now. Board turned to lose some pressure. They tried throwing a pass into the middle, but it's off of some skates. comes out to their D. They come in. They push it back up to the center. The center dances around one. They fire that in for goal number 15 for those keeping track at home. Puck dropped here, pushed back to the Boulder D. They come up the far boards to the wing. They skate in. They push it into the middle. It's picked off there by Hardy. Hardy pushes it to the line and out. Boulder holds it there. Now it gets pushed up. Hardy has it here. He gets a shot, and that is gloved by the Boulder goaltender. Going to have a face-off right here in the Boulder zone, just to the right of their goaltender. They push it back to the D. Hardy pressures them there, so they turn it around to the near boards here. They push it up to the wing. They get it out of the zone. Now the neutral zone, they pick it up again, throw it in deep. They pick it up in the corner. They skate around behind the net, and they're able to chip it up. Hardy gets it. He is pushed off the puck, and we got a penalty coming up for Boulder. Puck's dropped deep in Boulder zone. They push it over to the boards. They come around behind the net. They pick it up there. They push it up to the line. Abby Joe holds it there. Gets a shot just wide of the net. Puck comes up there. Boulder's going to skate it out. They get a 3-on-2 developing. They push it into the middle. Landon's able to pick it up. He pushes it up out of the zone. Tried to hit Brecken, but it's picked off there by the defense. Landon has it, loses an edge. Now he comes in. Puck pushed deep into the corner here. Boulder cycling it around. And still cycling on these near board corner here. Now Jags get it up to the line. They push it up to the line but can't get it out. Boulder pushes it into the far corner now. They are pressured off the puck by Abby Joe and Silas. Silas coming up these near boards now. He pushes it up to the neutral zone but can't get out. Boulder regroups and comes in. They come into the middle. They're pushed off the puck in a 1-on-4. Grayson has it. He's able to skate it out of the zone. And in the neutral zone, he loses it there. Picked it back up for a second, but Boulder grabs it again. Now Boulder's got a head of steam. They come through the neutral zone. Pass it to one. Pass it to another. It gets shot, but it's deflected up over the net. Silas pushes that up to the line, but it's picked off there by the D. Now Silas has it. He loses it as he skates it out of the zone. Boulder right back into the zone. They push it across. Oh, they connect, but the shot is misfired over the net. Boulder comes around. They push it up to the D. The D fires it behind into the corner, and it is pushed to the line but not out. They have it here. They fire it in for goal number 16 on the game. Puck dropped here, pushed over to the near boards. Boulder picks it up there. They get it back to their D. Their D comes up. They push it into the zone. Tommy's able to push it back out. And now they come around, push it into the middle, and that's goal number 17 on the game.